quite windy here this morning, which they said that it would be. Good morning, everyone. And kitties. Morris, looks like he's doing fine this morning. He meowed at me. He let me pet him. He's got an appetite, so I don't know what yesterday's glitch was that scared me, but he's better today. I got up at 8:30 and got out here as quick as I could. They were all headed, except for Tux, to the van, the carport, when I came out, like they'd given up on me. And I called and they came back, and then they waited by the door until I could get out here, so that's good. I'm still waking up, although I haven't held a cup of coffee while I was scooping food. Good morning, Mr. Man. Mama loves you. Good morning. So the guys are at the event, and they've pushed back the start of battling from 9 until 10 because they're behind on setting up. It's not weather related. They have pretty heavy winds there too, which was also expected. Don said the Hampton Inn where they stayed at was a perfectly fine refurbished hotel, and they actually had real food at breakfast this morning. So he had eggs, and I don't remember if he said sausage or bacon, but they had stuff he felt he could eat. Johnny treated himself to one of those make at the hotel waffle things like we had when we traveled to Washington, D.C. all those years ago. I think that was 13. Johnny remembers that hotel and that waffle machine to this day, and he made himself a nice waffle this morning. So they've had caffeine. He said every kid, there's like 150 of them, has an energy drink in their hand at the event. Don stopped at Wendy's and got him another cup of coffee. The coffee machine at the breakfast area was broke, so he was making in-room coffee, which they gave him extra and stuff, but he just needed a big piping cup of like coffee from Wendy's. So they had stopped on the way. So I mean, Don says they have an optimal pit spot, meaning they're near the action for going back and forth for the test box, for the monitor and everything. That Johnny's pit spot is really good. So it sounds like everything is going to plan as best as it could be at this point. Need to go ask him about a live stream. Since Don wasn't home, I wasn't worried about him getting woke up or anything. This man was in the house until he meowed at the back door at 6:30 asking to be let out. So I had slept with him on the couch. He was right beside me in Don's spot, and I got up, I let him out, and then I went and stretched my poor back out in the bed. I mean, you know, the couch thing reclines and all, but I went and stretched out my back until I got up. But I kind of figured he would just meow at the door when he was ready to go, since he doesn't know about house litter boxes. And he did. He just said, Mom, can you let me out now? I'm ready to go. It was easy peasy. Yeah, that's last night's bowls. If you want to eat, you're going to have to go wait for them to be done or share with them. Look, one of the two. I cleaned the steps in blue yesterday. This is from overnight. I'm getting tired of this stuff getting tracked into the house, but I'm dealing with it the best I can. I'll take my foot and get most of it off to the side, but still, there's like no way to go in and out and not take this stuff with you right now. Doing all this walking around this morning, even out to the garage and back for more canned cat food, and I don't have my Apple Watch on. I'm not getting any steps. It's not fair. I say it's not fair. I think it fell down off the side of the table, and when I went over there to do my stuff, I didn't see it. So I'll have to... Those cables are never long enough for the watch charging. I know, I could get another little stand thing, but have you seen my table and how much stuff is on it? It'd still be falling off on the floor. It's a working table after all. Hey, bud. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, bud. See? Wind. Don showed me a picture a few minutes ago that it's actually clearing up where he is. That's great. Still windy though, I think. We're not going to, you know, obviously are, what, 200 miles east of there? 300, 250, something like that. We're not going to be clearing up for a while. It's still moving through here. I think we're even going to get some rain. But I'll have to look at the forecast when I sit down. Trying to be me and Don this morning and doing everything is keeping me moving. Of course, those kids over there are keeping him moving too. Tux is watching Stripe at my feet. He's rubbing my legs. I promised myself I would come out here and spend a few minutes with the scissors trimming up around things I couldn't get with the lawnmower. I do not like to use the weed eater back here. I've got 2 battery-powered weed eaters. Don't go in my tree. Not in my tree. No. No, come on down. I know he's over here, but no. He's climbed up in there a few times. I don't want him to do that. I don't want him to accidentally break a branch. Yeah, I know. One of you guys is liable to go after each other while I'm out here. Anyway, the weed eater's too rough. It gets things I don't want it to get. I can trim up out here in 10 minutes. Hopefully I won't get a blister. I'm sad. I had an accident and I accidentally cut the string going from the little solar panel to the lights. But the good news is I cut it right in the middle. Well, I cut it where there's a lot of cord on both ends of the cut. So I think Don will be able to fix it no problem. I hate to create work for him, but at least it's a fix. Oh my. Look at Tux's body language here. Come on, Tux. Hi, honey. Come on. Let me get you back out of the way. Okay. Put you back in your spot, you poor boy. You know, you could stay on the ground with them if you didn't want to kill them. Every time they walked in your territory. Stop. Shh. I certainly scissored things up good enough for the first pass, so. I pulled out some, but I got to be careful about doing that because it brings out the moss and the dirt and the topsoil, and only in special places. I'm still video editing and watching the live stream. Hopefully Johnny's first battle will be up soon. He had a first round bye for I'm Terribly Sorry, the fairy weight, and he does have a first round battle for the ant weight. Wally Says Hi. So I'm editing and I'm waiting to switch over to pull form. Woohoo! Wally Says Hi won. He moves on to the next round. He had full control. Not a lot of damage on either robot, but he kept on flipping this guy upside down, spinning him over top of him. Johnny's weapon's great. I'd say it doesn't make quite as much contact as would be optimal. But that's awesome. This mom is excited. I heard something that didn't sound good from inside the house. We're getting a lot of serious wind gusts here. And I see that a branch hit the bridge. I would say the bridge isn't damaged, but I can see that my lights are down, and that's probably not a good sign. Hopefully the bridge isn't damaged. It's going on 4 p.m. and I'm headed over to the garden hut. They're supposed to be open until 5. But if I get over there and they've closed because of the weather, I won't be surprised. I could have called, but I figured I wanted to do an FSD beta drive today anyway. So I was going one way or the other, I guess. Willing to risk them being closed because I'll still get the drive footage. It is now sunny, but there are still some dark clouds around and it's still very windy. I have not walked down to the bridge to see what's going on down there. Don and Johnny are having a good day. Bottom line, they're having a good day. The fairy weight robot had its own blade cut its wire, pull its solder out. So they've repaired that now, but that caused them to lose their first match. That's the fairy weight. The ant weight robot, Wally Says Hi, won the first round, but lost the second round. Wow, the weapon on his opponent was pretty intense, but Johnny did really good. Did flip the other guy a couple times and stayed right on him, even though, even when he was upside down, he was driving okay. So it certainly wasn't an embarrassing loss by any stretch. So I think I heard that they're going to get to do a losers bracket match slash grudge match kind of a thing. So they've got the robots repaired up and ready to go. And yeah, we'll get a little bit more content from them later. Don's doing an excellent job today of taking video and pictures and documenting. I would say he's doing every bit as good a job as I would have done if I would have been there. So it's all good. I'll show you his footage. I'm more worried about it, you know, more focused on showing you what he's filming today versus what I'm filming or had said today about what's going on there, because he's on the front lines today. He's in the trenches. He's battling with Johnny. So anyway, let's go see if they have my azalea at the garden hut. Yeah, I really think the rails on the bridge are okay, but I guess we'll find out when we go down to move it. The tree on the right there does have another rather large dead limb. It's not the tulip poplar, it's this other tree. Whatever that tree is that I can't tell right now. My eyes are blurry from video editing for now. I see due to the high wind that they set them down today. I'm sure that was a good idea. So Northern Lights and Gibraltar deciduous azaleas are there, and I have picked out a Gibraltar, which is orange. The Northern Lights is yellow, and it's so windy out here. I'll just take 2 of everything, including the cobalt blue pots. Look at how bright and red, little tiny leaves. Very pretty and lacy and tall and gold. The little bonsai ones I saw when I was here over the winter and didn't buy when I wanted one, I don't think they have them anymore. Oh wow, they have a butterfly chala purse today. Very tempting. And all these pretty flags. I like the Easter bunny here. Make sure my little bonsai Japanese maples aren't in the greenhouse area, but I doubt it. There would have been no reason to bring them in. They were doing fine outside. I'm sort of sad now that I didn't snatch it when I saw it. I just sort of counted on it being here. You're pretty. I still really, really want an LED fountain, but that one we saw at Lowe's last year was the winner. I didn't see it yesterday. I talked to Nelsa, and she says they've been moved over here along the fence, and they're just leafing out. Oh, I see them now. Oh, so cool. Found them. Dwarfs Pygmy, 4 foot by 4 foot final height and size and width, so not super big. And it does have some red when it first opens and some reddish orange when it finishes, and green in the summer. I'll come back another day for flower pictures with the big camera and some good depth of field. It was just crazy nuts out there with the wind today, but I got what I wanted, and I told Don I might have gotten a couple more things. You know, the azalea and a couple things. Just, you know. I have 2/3 of the flowers I need for this spring. Hopefully we won't get a frost. It's not looking like we will. And I'm going to hold off on planting anything before the 15th though. I'll just keep it all wet. And I'm headed home now. Obviously I won't be able to FSD beta out of the parking lot, but once I get out on Old Honeycutt Road I will. And I did my little parlor trick, and I summoned Jules forward so I could put the plants in the back. And nobody paid Jules any attention. My guys hopped down to see me. Amazon came while I was gone, and I am going to have to blow this stuff off the porch. Can't stand it. Watch out, Stripey. Tux is right there under the bench. I didn't see him when I was blowing, and I haven't seen that many copperheads in the yard. But he's right here at the end of the walkway where I sit all the time. I wonder if I can blow him over into the woods, away from my kitties. Probably. I was able to blow him and keep him about 10 to 15 feet in front of me. He went over in here somewhere. So hopefully he crawled back into the woods from whence he came. Not to be seen again. I would have kept on going, but that's just where he ended up, and then I couldn't blow him better once he was on the leaves, so I've scared all the cats away for a while, and I don't see him anymore. So like I said, I have not ever seen a copperhead over here on the driveway before. I've seen a couple in the yard, but really not that many. Usually black snakes, which are not venomous. The cats are all scared off, and he's scared off, and they're not supposed to be territorial, although there's plenty of things to want to eat in my yard that would keep him interested. Well, I guess I'm lucky I didn't get bit because, you know, I never saw him. I must have walked right over top of him, blew over. It's a good thing I got the crap off the walkway because, you know, I really couldn't see very well with all that debris down there, that he could have been in the middle of that debris, which is probably why I didn't see him to begin with. Anyway, one day, many years ago, I was sitting up on that front porch taking bluebird pictures, and I looked down and a black eraser had crawled up on the deck beside me. And I stood up and took some pictures of him and went inside until he left, which really wasn't too long. He was not looking for me. He might have been looking for the birdies though. All right, I decided to brave coming down here to see my bridge. And yes, I'm bending over picking up tree limbs because I just can't stand them to be in the grass where they're not supposed to be. Well, let's see how bad it is over here. There's a pretty big piece. Several big pieces. It's this tree, the crooked one, not the straight one. Oh, my lights are on, so my lights are not permanently damaged, so that's good. And I don't see any damage to the bridge. Let me stop filming and carefully lift this stuff off. I'm really thankful the bridge isn't damaged, but a wire to this last light is out, and this bulb is cracked, this piece of plastic. So it's not supposed to rain tonight. We'll probably put some tape over that. I'll ask Don what he thinks. And I don't think the one bulb is fixable, but you never know with Don. And yeah, I'm always on the hunt for a new set of bulbs for when these die because I want my bridge lit. Let's see, we've had a tree branch come down. We've had a copperhead snake in the yard. I'm really thankful though, this tree is still where it's supposed to be, and it worries me some. It's leaning a little bit left of center since not today, but the last major windstorm we had. And when it comes down, it's going to take out the bridge and Don's tree. I'd really like to take it out. And I don't normally say that because I love like every tree that was ever planted. Hey Tux, those are my brand new plants. Tux! It's a good thing you missed, because you were in so much trouble with me. Yeah, I wouldn't want to go digging in there right now, but I really don't see him. Of course, the whole point is he's supposed to blend in, right? He's blended all right. I think I'm going to go inside and make me some food, debone the cat's chicken, and fold some clothes, do some chores. And I swear I'm working on my Legos. I'm cooking up a steak. The guys are headed to Boone. They're going to decide when they get to Boone if they're coming back the rest of the way tonight or not. Okay, I'm going to finish the Imperial probe droid while I watch old episodes of Lost in Space. I had watched the black and white super awesome ones a couple months ago with Don and Johnny again, because like Mom wants to watch them once a year. And I thought, you know, I really ought to watch season three, because I never get to watch it. Of course, it gets a little crazy, but it's pretty neat. Robbie the Robot was in episode 1 of season 3. Ruby said they were 0.1 miles away. When I looked, I hadn't looked in an hour. I think that means they're coming down the driveway. Come on, Tesla app. Keep me honest. Ah, there's the driveway alert. One goes off in the house and one goes off out in the garage. There they are. Yay. Guess I should move back, although Dawn may not pull in because there's so much to unload. Guess I should have been looking to make sure that snake wasn't on the ground over here. I wasn't looking. He's not over here. It's cold. Hey, they're both awake. They're both in the front. Yay, they're home right on time.
Very productive and busy. This is the pit area, I guess. So this is the competition room. There's some pits in here. This is, I guess, for the small band teams. There's the box. They're putting it together. There's Brendan, Johnny's friend. There's Johnny. It's quite a nice, way cool place. I'm official member of the pit. I have purple, thanks to Johnny. You know, this is what you got to have at these competitions: caffeine and robots. Most of the kids here are drinking energy drinks. Well, you know you're at a robot competition, and you bring your 3D printer from home so you can repair your damage from the battle period. Have printer will travel. This is a 3-pound robot. That looks like serious. I wouldn't want no part of that. There will be a live stream. That's the box. You're putting the final touches on it, and they'll project it on this big screen up here. Johnny's just doing a little test in the test box here. Make sure everything is working. Weapon spins up. Yeah, looks good to me. That's a relief. It's fixing to start. This is the room. That's half the people, and the other half are out here.
Robot fight! Well, he says hi. A little directionally challenged right at the start, but now it's kind of getting its wheels under it. It's got that vicious spike spinner in the middle of it.
That's Wally without the white stickers.
It looks like it's still under control. Beginner's luck. Conveniently with the name written on the belly. These things don't really have ups or downs. Beginner's luck kind of being defensive a little bit. Caught on top of Wally says hi. That spike is grinding into the middle of the top of Beginner's luck, which is currently inverted. Its wedge kind of pointing up, but still it can take that damage. I mean, it doesn't really show any worse for wear. All the wheels are still going. Wally says hi now. That grinding right on the wheels of Beginner's luck. Beginner's luck getting a little tangled up in those wheels, not quite able to get a purchase from this upside down angle. Now trying to flip it over. Beginner's luck just not quite able to get anything done. Oh wait, there, jumping right over Wally says hi. Now Beginner's luck back in its normal fighting position. That wedge is now affected again. However, it looks like Wally says hi. That wedge is a little bit lower. It got underneath Beginner's luck and did a little bit of almost a flip. But Beginner's luck gets back on its proper side, on its belly. Both are jockeying for position a little bit. Beginner's luck takes a hard hit, gets flipped again. Again in that inverted position, but still the damage doesn't seem to be a lot. We got just about 5 seconds left to go. 3, 2, 1. That's it. That's the end of that fight. We're going to have to take it to the judges.
Good job, Johnny. Woo! It's going to go to the judges. We'll see.
Beginner's luck from Faux Pas RC, and Wally says hi from Solar Power.
Good job, Johnny.
That was a really great match. Yeah, for real. No matter what you threw at Beginner's luck, he could take it. It never really quite got offensive, but he could take all the defense. Blue square. Okay, our winner is going to be Wally Says Hi.
Hey, Wally Says Hi won it.
That was my judge's decision.
That was a really good match.
Yeah, way to go, Johnny.
GPU wedge worked.
Yeah, TPU wedge worked, no damage. Johnny's taking it out so he can recharge the battery. We're in good shape for the next round. Woohoo, way to go. Wally says hi.
All right, 2 minutes on the clock, yes. 3, 2, 1, roll that pie!
Got stuck on the floor.
The floor is a little bit rougher than it was before. I think Flounder might, with its low clearance, might be having a little bit of trouble with the corner. But first blood is going to go to Terribly Sorry.
Drive faster.
Oh
Terribly
yeah!
Sorry, it's Blake no longer
Let's go to the
split.
pit.
I don't know if that's by strategy or circumstance.
You're saying no anybody?
They're kind of pushing each other around a little bit. Again, Flounder's so low, that wedge so sharp.
Oh, quick, run it away!
Its opponent will
Yes,
drive right
there you
over.
go.
Terribly Sorry, almost caught up on it. They got one wheel up right now on top of Flounder, but it doesn't seem to affect the driving of Terribly Sorry. So Flounder and Terribly Sorry kind of tied up.
Haha!
Sorry, I didn't want to be here for too long.
Oh, sorry. Let's go over to the pit. I tell you what, come over here.
No. Back over.
He's smart.
So both robots feeling each other out a little bit. A belt just fell off of Flounder. Is it a strategy or is it a circumstance? Either way,
Totally a strategy.
it's totally a strategy according to Flounder's crew.
100%.
100%. Terribly Sorry, left parent. Oh, it's caught on that rubber
no, we're
band.
not gonna do that. We're not
Not
gonna do
again. I cannot believe that the rubber bands are going to make such a
Not again.
difference.
Never again.
Oh, yeah, get off the man.
Terribly Sorry, I think, has lost the use of the blades, so they're forced to just kind of duke it out and avoid rubber bands.
Come on, let's come over here.
Nah.
Oh, come on!
No.
I don't know if you can hear it. It's falling over here closer to the pit. That's it. That's the end. Let's hear from both of these fighters.
Yeah.
We're going to take it to the judges. Judges are going to make a decision on who won. Between Flounder and Terribly Sorry.
Did you try bringing it down to idle and then bringing it back up? I call wire.
Yeah, that'll do it.
We're putting this in the pit. This is our.
So we get to repair. Oh, there's a wire.
Just one, though.
Yeah,
Just one. I think we can do it.
yeah, okay.
Where is Flounder?
Good job.
Good job.
Well, we, our weapon motor cut a wire. We'll get to repair that.
Our pilots ready? Our judges ready?
One more time.
No problem. We need just a little more time.
Wally says hi is red, Apex is blue.
Sounds like snoring.
Ate that big pile of cheese too fast.
Right.
We're waiting on judges.
Yeah, we're waiting to judge.
Apex can feel that loud whine as the blade gets up to speed. Wally's his eyes are taking a couple flips, but no discernible damage so far. Wally also has a spinning disc, but it's a little bit higher. It relies on Apex to kind of climb up onto that wedge in order to get hit with it. However, it's working great right now as Wally's eye is inverted. But now that spike strip is more dangerous than ever as it can roll right over Apex. But Apex with a little more agility. It's kind of moving, hitting. That's a little mark. But head-to-head, both of them. Apex finding that perfect place right between the wheel and the wedge to hit Wallace's eye. Wallace's eye is equivalent to Apex, but Apex able to compensate, puts her right back over. Both bots kind measuring each other out, taking their time to approach. It's going to be Apex that hits Wally says high, flips him over, and Wally says high, trying to get reoriented. Again, that spike strip being on the bottom, Wally says high lays a big hit into Apex. But Apex, while underneath it, lays a big hit right back into Wally says high. Apex laying down some slices into the wedge on the front of Wally says high, so it's no longer quite flat on the ground when it's in its position.
9,
Go right
8,
out.
7, 6, 5,
4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. That's it. Another one is going to go to the
Wow, that's
judges.
pretty good. Johnny did all right, but that other guy is the top guy. I forgot to take a picture, but we've soldered the wire. You can see right here, a little piece of shrink wrap. That's the solder joint. The weapon cut its own blade. It also took a big. This damage here was done by the weapon. So he's going to replace the bottom plate, and we'll do a little bit better job of wrapping the wires so that they lay nice and flat and give that blade as much room to wiggle because of the fiber flexes. Off with the PLC, on with the titanium plate for the losers bracket that we're going into. So this is after the repair, which was soldering a wire back that goes to the weapon motor and replacing the bottom plate. Basically, the weapon motor had kind of cut into the wire. Looks like it's working, so that was a good repair. Way to go, Johnny!
Yeah, we're vibrating.
So Johnny's replaced the vertical spinner with the titanium plow. This gentleman that he's playing, he's been very helpful with comments and stuff to Johnny, so they know each other. This is a pretty powerful robot that he's going up against. It's got a horizontal spinner.
Wally says hi is in blue. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Wally says hi is in the blue corner, and Quad Nation is going to be in the red corner.
All right.
Wally says hi from Team Solar Power, and Quad Nation is Tokyo.
Johnny's hope for winning this would be to push the guy into the well.
Good luck, Johnny.
Good luck, Toby.
Our pilots ready?
Ready?
Our judges ready? Let's do this thing in 3, 2, 1, robot battle! There's a lot of debris in there, and that low wedge on Wally's side scraping up some debris as it goes along. Kind of harmless. Some sparks flying off as Quad Nation gets into that scoop. The Quad Nation going for the back end of Wally's high. Wow! A little bit of inertia as the Quad Nation blade hits Wally's high, flips it onto its back, and it's trying to get righted, trying to get back. There it goes, the lethal form again. Quad Nation is again with the blade side down.
Johnny's having a wheel
Maybe
problem.
even mow my lawn once we're done here. And wow, Quad Nation goes right underneath the wedge and has it up. It was just briefly in the perfect position where they got under it, and that the wheels for the Wally's high wedge was kind of up in the air, and that's kind of, it took it out of commission for a second, but it's taking me longer to talk about it than it did happen. And there we go, he's done it again. The Quad Nation holding Wally's high up, unable to use those back tires. And now he's pushing it around a little bit. Quad Nation with the speed, it looks like that blade was taken out with that big hit earlier on. Sent them on their side. But still, for such a blocky robot, coordination seems to have a lot of control. It can get under while he says hi.
Yep, my frame. Oh yeah.
While he says hi, currently those wheels off.
9. This is fine.
7 at a time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's the end of the robot battle. Let's hear it for both of these players.
Good job, buddy.
We're going to take it to the judges.
This motor, the shaft is bent, and so Johnny wants me to unsolder it, and we'll solder a new spare motor in there.
All right. It looks like we're about set. We have freaking awesome in the red corner. And terribly sorry in the blue corner. Pilots, are we ready? Judges, are you ready? Just okay. Maybe just one more second.
I'll take that.
Okay, judges are ready. 2 minutes on the clock. Let's say we do this thing. 3, 2, 1, robot fight!
No? Yeah. Those pieces.
Terribly sorry is kind of pacing itself in its corner still. Working awesome, exploring its options, but now it's pushing that wedge. Got it by 2 smaller cars.
Oh no.
It's cut the wire.
So far, terribly sorry.
I can see it.
Past that metal plate that makes up that wedge. Trying to find an entryway, trying to find another way to attack on the other side. It hits the wedge, it does a little bit of a flip. It's not spinning around a blade at the moment. Working awesome has wedged up. Terribly sorry has pushed it against that back wall, kind of loaded up on the wedge. Terribly sorry got one wheel trying to get it out, and it looks like they broke it up. That was a clinch for just a second. And now, Working Awesome has Terribly Sorry up on that wedge. Terribly Sorry.
49 seconds
Now they
left.
separate. Terribly Sorry with a little bit more maneuverability because of its kind of triangular shape. But it seems to have lost the use of its main weapon. So it's just a matter of jousting now. Get a little hit and run.
There's a fingertip head.
And it hits the wedge of Working Awesome, but has to back off, and it goes back around. And now they're a little bit clinched up again, as Working Awesome has Terribly Sorry off one wheel. Terribly Sorry not able to steer very much in this particular position. Time's running out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. The battle is over. We're going to go to the judges for this.
Had to go to the judges.
I knew that was going to happen.
So this time the same thing happened. It cut the wire. There's so little clearance in this. This is so flexible that when it vibrates because of when it vibrates, it does this, and it grabs the wire and cuts them. It's self-inflicted, basically.